Given what's going on in the market, are you a buyer right now, or are you going to just hang out and wait a little bit longer?
I would say there's nothing wrong with taking a deep breath and waiting just a little bit. But yeah, I think it's a good time to be sort of a deliberate, cautious buyer.
A deliberate, cautious buyer. When you just look at the market broadly, though, do you say overdone, overpriced, underpriced? Just give us a sense of where you think we are.
Well, I think this is actually a pretty common dynamic that you see, which is if everybody knows that there's some selling to be done, most folks will step back and let the prices fall. And so what you're seeing is the discipline of lots of buyers kind of ruthlessly stepping back and leaving their hands in their pockets, letting the prices come down. And it doesn't matter what the global crisis is that causes that. That seems to happen every time.
Okay.
So
let's talk about a couple of your picks. You like the semiconductor space. That seems to be where you're putting a lot of your money. You got 4 different stocks. You want to walk through them and the rationale?
Well, it's pretty simple. This is just a basket of good acquisition candidates. The semiconductor industry, after decades of people predicting this, is finally really consolidating. And last year there was a lot of M&A, and I think this year there'll be a lot of M&A. And sort of the mid-cap tech stock, the mid-cap chip companies are probably the most likely targets.
So, I mean, so do you look at this as a speculative play, or you think there's intrinsic value here?
Oh, no. These are all really good, solid companies. And they have real revenues, they have real profits, and they're in a good spot. But they are just really good candidates for consolidation.
Okay, so for example, we're looking at Adventus right here, or rather integrated device tech. That's at $24. What do you think at 12 months from now, if it doesn't get taken out, what's the value?
If it doesn't get taken out, it might be 15 or 20% higher, something like that. Nothing really too spectacular. But
on a relative basis, by the way, that might be spectacular. So let's not.
Well, sure. Well, right. But when you're buying a stock, you should be able to see a fair amount of upside to it. But the other point here is I'd be very surprised if at least one of these stocks didn't get taken out this year, and maybe 2 or 3.
Well, that was my other question, which is, you look at this list and you put down your bets. You're in Vegas right now. You put your chips on a couple different numbers here. How many of these do you think actually do get taken out? Which ones? And is there sort of an order or a permutation in terms of how it all plays out? And who's the buyer?
Andrew, I think if I knew which ones were about to get taken out, I'd have some explaining to do. So right. For the record, I don't know which ones are going to get taken. It wouldn't surprise me I expect at least one of them to get taken out. It wouldn't surprise me if 2 or 3 got taken out.
Okay. Kevin, before we let you go, you're in Vegas. What's the coolest thing you've seen so far at CES?
Well, 3D television is going to be big, right? Oh, wait, no, that was 5 years ago, and it's not. That was. And I'd be scared if Joe was in my house every morning. I mean, it's one thing to be. Right. No, you guys are safe from 3D Joe Kernan for now. Well, not you in the studio, but the rest of us.
No, he's not at all safe.
Right. There are more startups than ever here at CES this year, and they're doing some fantastic things. And thankfully, not all of them are doing drones, for goodness sake. So, the thing to watch this year is AR and VR, augmented reality and virtual reality. The Google Glass flop notwithstanding. I walk around the show, and it's just like walking around a mall or an airport. There's still a bunch of people walking around with their heads down looking at their cell phone, and then their neck snaps up just in time to keep them from walking into somebody else or not. So we have to solve this neck snap phenomena, and AR is going to be the way to do it.
Hey YouTube fans, I'm Landon Downey from CNBC. Thanks so much for checking out our channel. Here you'll find videos packed with all the info that you need to be smarter about your finances. Be sure and subscribe by clicking right here, and click on all the videos around me to see CNBC's original series Young Money, Tech Bet, Kramer's Mad Money, and all the latest from CNBC.